and welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Now I'm going to exit out and let's start work with the coding. So let's start with the number 7. Double click on number 7 and let's check out the name of this text box. This text box is known as txt result. So double click on 7. Right there inside 7 I'm going to use an if statement. If txt result dot text equals 0, then I don't want txt.text to become 7. Copy that, paste that underneath here, and this will become 7. Get rid of this. Else we want the following to call. So let's say else first, and txt, paste that in there, equals txt plus 7. Change that to plus, and we enter 7 in there, and finally enter semicolon here. There we go, and that's the very first one taken care of. So if I run it now, click on run, and let's see how that's going to work. Or let's see what's that arrow should appear now. Oh, 7. This very 7 was meant to have column in there, and this should have column as well before I forget that. Right, let's try it again. Run. There we go, and we can then enter 777. That's fine. So I'm going to copy that now. Just copy that and use that to change the rest around. So have a good look at the lines of code that generate the letters at number 7. Click on design, double click on 8 and change that to 8. Paste that in there, change this to 8 and this other one to 8 as well. 9. Paste and change this to 9. So I'm just going to show you one more, then I will speed it up. Double click on 4, paste that in there, change that to 4 and 4 right here. So I'm going to speed up the rest. Double click on 5, paste, and that becomes 5 and 5 here. So let's speed that up. Okay guys, I've finished taking care of all of the codes. So let me just copy this for the clear, but before then let's run it. We have 7, 8, 9, so on. There we go, that's working fine. Alright, exit out. Let's come right back into the design, double click on clear and paste that right there. Now let's take care of the clear entry. Double click on the clear entry. Before I can take care of this clear entry, first of all let's create some global variable up here. There, right underneath, you see where we have public. I'm going to create a public variable in there. So this, the very first one, I'll call it num1, num2, and I'm going to call the last one result for my result, and enter column as strings. Right, enter semicolon. Now the next one that I'm going to declare, I'm going to call that operator. Yeah, that's fine. Operator, and I'm going to call that char character. There we go. And what is? I might as well just declare the following again, because I'm going to need those for my calculations of the payroll. So inner city, basic, let's say basic pay, overtime, tax, pension. Yeah, we still have more rooms there. Or maybe just bring it down. I'm going to call this student loan, comma, NI payment, comma, I think that'll be all. enter column, then that will be double there. So I have all my variable in place, enter a comma here. Those are all the variables I intend to use, these very ones. Alright, so let's go back to CE. Double click on CE again. So with the CE, I will create two local variables. The first one is going to be, this is how you create a local variable inside the function. Here you say variable, and that is going to be f, will represent first number, second number there, and that both of them will be classed as string there. Now come right down here underneath begin. I'm going to say txt result dot text column 0. I think I should enter 0. Now the very first value that is entered, that will be stored inside f. So let's say column equals num1, and the second one is going to be s column equals num2. Close that as well. So we just now need to clear either one, that is the first or the second. So f column equals clear semicolon. Repeat exactly the same thing for the others there. So what that does is it actually clear the first or clear the second or the first entry. Okay, that is taken care of. So if I run it now, this is what you guys will see. You might not understand it properly, but let's see where is the error from. Okay, let's see what's that error. So it wasn't closed with semicolon. So run it again. That should work fine now. Okay, there we go. That is fine. So close that. Now those are taken care of. Let's take care of something else. We take care of backspace. Double click on backspace. With the backspace, I'm going to say txt display dot text equals, let's ask it to copy whatever we have in there inside txt display, comma 1, comma length. Open up a bracket and enter txt display. Then this time around we have to minus 1. So just to get rid of it individually, I'll do that again. That's a 1. Close the bracket, and that's it. Now I'm going to use an if statement, because once it becomes empty, we want the system to do something. Look, let me run it. You see, if I run it now, the backspace will just clear everything up for us. Look at that. The default value is 0, but the 0 is not there. So we're going to use an if statement here. Let's collapse all of this a little bit small so that you guys can see the codes. There we go. Those are the lines of code for backspace, or that is the lines of code for backspace. Now I'm going to use an if statement underneath. Say if txt display if is empty. Now if it's empty, I want you to do as follows. Enter that, and that's it. So I'm going to end that right there. Now get rid of this. Okay, that is it. So if it's empty, enter as follows, straight into it. So let's run it and see. So that will be all for the backspace. Okay, try it out. Now the last one, 4, changes to 0, so that is fine. Now let's take care of this very one here. Double click on the plus minus. The first plus minus, first of all, let's create a local variable there, and I'm going to call that plus minus actually. So that will do. Plus minus, make that a real number, real. So that is fine. So right underneath here, I'm now going to say plus minus equals, let's just grab it. Right underneath begin, plus minus equals, convert, that should be uppercase, string to float. And whatever we're converting must be the content from the result, and that's text box dot text. There. Once it's converted, we now want it to convert it back to float. So grab that, come right underneath here, paste, and we then say column equals float to string, and that is it. No, that should be plus minus. We're converting plus minus. Say minus 1 multiply by plus minus. That's all. So what will happen is, what you can end up here with is whatever number you have in there will become minus 1. Or will become minus 1 or minus 10 or minus whatever. And that is that done. So save that, run. Let's see. Now, I enter that, click on plus minus, there we go. The minus is assigned. Alright, let's take care of the arithmetic operators. So first of all, I'm going to take care of the plus sign. Double click on the plus sign there. So with the first sign, plus sign, I'm going to say plus, that's number 1 equals, no, it's supposed to be column equals text box. No, it's supposed to be text box, not that. Paste that in there, and let's clear the operator. I think I call it up, something like that. Column equals the plus sign, semicolon. Okay, what is this operator called? Let's go right up there. What did I call it? Oh, it's with an S. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the S. Okay, just ups. That's fine. Back to my plus minus. Double click on it. Alright, that's fine. Okay, that's the plus minus, and we now want to clear whatever we have inside the text box. Come right in here. Might as well grab all of these, paste that in here, and clear it. Column equals clear. Or the plus arithmetic operator is taken care of. I'm going to copy that and use that for the subtraction, and change the operator to subtraction. There. Now let's repeat the same thing for the others. Let's double click on multiplication, paste, change the operator to multiplication, and division, there, change that to division. That is the operators taken care of. Now what is left is just these two. Double click on the decimal. Before we can use the decimal, let's get this imported, or let's just go, yeah, let's go up, right up there, and import the math function first of all. Come right here, and those are all of the libraries that we need. So let's come in here, say comma math. No, there. Okay, that's it. Just add that there, right underneath use. Okay, now let's go back in here, double click on it again, So using an if statement, let's say if OPS has the following. Okay, if it has the following, let's get rid of this, that's wrong. Now, comma, we want txt result the text is greater than, not equals to, sorry, then we want it to exit. Else txt result equals txt result. So come right down here, paste that right here, equals txt result dot plus btn dot caption. So we just grab hold of the caption that we have in there, and the caption is just the dot, and that's it. And that's all there is to that for now. Okay, let's take care of this error. We just need to close that up, and that is it. That should take care of the dot. So I'm going to run it. Let's see how that's going to work. There we go. There, that's fine. It's working as I want. That is good. That's how you take care of your decimal place. Alright, let's take care of the calculation. Come in here, no, the equal sign, and that will be the end of the calculator itself. Double click on the equal sign, and with the equals, first of all we say num2, that's the variable that was declared up there, equals text box. Let's see if I still copy it. Yeah, equals double. Yeah, that is fine. It doesn't need to be converted because they are both string. Now let's using an if statement. If the operator equals the plus sign, then I want the following result. I believe the result should be in lowercase, I think, equals. Now let's get it floated. Float to string. Now it's going to be two double conversion there, and string to, converting the string to float. So the first value that we're converting is this, num1, and we have to repeat the same thing for number 2. Grab that, and I'm going to enter plus here, paste that in there. That's for number 2, and enter column, semicolon. Right, that's the very first one taken care of. Now we now want to add this very result straight into text box. So I'm going to grab the text box, come right down here, paste, and we just say column equals result, and that takes care of the very first one, which is the addition operator. So I'm going to copy that, copy again and again, and this will become subtract. You can use else if you want, and this is multiplication, change this to multiplication here, and this will be division and division here. So the basic arithmetic operator is taken care of. So take a good look at the lines of code for that, guys. I'm going to run it now. Run. Oh, we have an error. Let's see what's that error. Okay, I'm missing a column right up there. There we go. Run again. Okay, that's it taken care of. Alright, so let's say 2 multiplied by 9. No, we don't want that. Multiply by 5 equals 10. That is correct. And we can divide by 8. There we go. Alright, plus minus, multiply that by 8 again. There, that's what you owe. Okay, that is working fine. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of the second part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly.